Okay, we're on. Welcome to the Eric and Liz Show.
Hello, welcome everyone. Hey Eric, I missed you last Thursday.
Hey, I missed you too.
But you held it down. You held it down. You did very well.
Thank you. I'm so glad, but I'm also very happy that, you're well again.
Yes. Yes, sometimes the heat, I tell you, people don't realize, but I'm feeling a whole lot better now. So,
Well,
yes.
that's good. I'm happy that all the well-wishers, did everything they could for you, from praying till shamans. I think everybody was involved and you're back. So that's great.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, today it's a little different show because what we usually never do, we have pre-recorded one part of the show because the gentleman which was supposed to be on the show, Rick Foy, didn't go live, so we recorded him at 6 p.m. his time, and because it's like midnight now his time, or 1 o'clock in the morning even.
Oh, in Austria, okay.
In Austria, exactly. So
okay.
We pre-recorded that one. So it's going to be at the end of the shows. It's going to be in the part 2 segment.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and I know that someone is very anxious to be admitted to the show. And it's so funny because we have a pair of scissors behind us, in our logo. So that is very appropriate, except she don't call this a scissor. I think she calls it a shear.
Right, the shears.
The shears.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I talking about?
We are talking about our very special guest today, Adrianne Lawson-Pope. She's a personal stylist and teen mentor. She's also a salon owner of Indulge Salon Suites in Oceanside. Very successful. Hello, Adrianne.
Hello, Adrianne. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
How are you guys doing?
We're hanging in there, doing pretty good.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Hey, thank you for coming.
It's so good to see you. And well, Liz has already done half of the introduction, and I think now she's going to ask you the other half of the introduction.
Okay.
Yes. So how are you doing today, first of all, Adrianne? How are you?
Blessed as always. I am blessed. Thank you for asking.
Okay. All right. So I do have a couple questions for you. So first of all, I know you've been a hairstylist and, teen mentor for quite some time. A little over 38 years. I don't know how, because you look so young, girl.
Thank you. And I didn't pay her to say that. Thank you.
She didn't. So anyway, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? And at the end, just, describe yourself in 3 words.
Tell about myself. So should I just do the 3 words or a little bit of a description?
Both.
The story.
That's fine.
The story.
Okay, so a story. First, I have to say that I am a Christian and strong faith, and I am a wife. Have an amazing husband, Joey. I am a mother of 2 amazing daughters, Brittany and Kendra, and I have the best granddaughters in the world. I have 2. I live in Oceanside, California. Originally from California. I'm a California girl, born and raised Los Angeles. And I've been in the beauty industry for 38 years, licensed doing hair for 38 years. And I did a lot of my growing there. I feel well-traveled because of all the women that I've come across and got the experiences, got an opportunity to live some of their experiences through hearing them, and did a lot of growing that way. And that led me into having this strong attraction to mentoring women and girls, to be honest with you. Right now I'm a resident here in Oceanside, California, and I am joyfully a member on the board of the AAWA. It's the North County African Americans Women's Association here in Oceanside, California.
Right.
Yes, yes. And they were the first organization that I launched my Reflections of You mentoring program for teen girls from ages 13 to 18. And that started in 2002.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
that's a long time.
Yes.
That's a long time. I know that beautiful group of women, they support me as well here in San Diego, and they do a lot for the community. So I commend you guys. I just want to say thank you for all the, attributes you guys do for your community in Oceanside.
Yes, thank you,
Yes.
thank you. And our works are for women and girls throughout North County, San Diego. And we right now want our reach to be further. We want to be able to reach San Diego. And it's an organization that literally, we're 25 years old. Let's say that. Let's say happy anniversary to North County African
Hey, that's awesome.
Let's shout out.
Yeah.
And 11 women started this organization 25 years ago, and it was just a need that a few girls, a few girls had some needs, and they got together and they decided that they were going to pull this off, and here we are.
Yes, very successful. They're very successful. Yes. So I do have a question, Adrianne. With the sudden changes in your business, I know that you were never hurting for clients in the first place because people were, kind of standing in line. And the part about your business is that I love how you take care of the hair, you're into the products. And could you give us a little bit of background on the type of, how do you keep your business going with your customer service also? Because, I hate to say it, but we don't have a lot of customer service anymore. Your clients they just keep coming. They just keep coming. So what are your tips with that? And how do you, do your customer service?
First of all, I'm going to say that's a blessing. That's just a blessing. That's that. But one of the things that I try to do is I had to learn this the hard way. I was raised to treat people the way I want to be treated, but I learned you treat people the way they want to be treated. I like this long pampering kind of thing for myself, but not all women want that. Some women want to be in and out. They don't want that. But I do this thing that I believe we all should do in any industry. I'm passionate about what I do. So right. I give the customer, the client, which I feel like they're my family, exactly what their hair needs, their scalp needs. And so I do things that another stylist might not do. A scalp treatment is complimentary in my salon. It doesn't cost anything extra. Whatever the scalp needs, you're going to get it. And if you create what I call a stand-in appointment, when you come in for that regular appointment, whatever the hair needs, you're going to get. And not unless it's an extra service, but if the hair, whatever care it needs, from a deep conditioning, a scalp treatment, a protein treatment, whatever the hair needs, you're going to get that service. And it's not going to cost you anything extra. I tend to put a lot on my plate, and a lot of customers love me for this, because when I run behind, I give you something free.
Right.
When I run on time, people are usually disappointed. But
so they gang up on you. They call each other and say, "Hey, you know what?"
yeah. Look, I'll wait. They're real patient, but I do have. I am really blessed with. I look at it. It's my social life. Going to work is my social life, and it's family, and I'm blessed with my clientele. I've lived in Oceanside for 32 years, and I can honestly say that I still have some of my same clients from 32 years ago. And that's
exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes,
a lot of people can't say that. That's awesome.
I'm grateful, very grateful.
And Oceanside is a pretty tight-knit community, actually, for the people which live there permanently, not speaking about, all the soldiers which are stationed in Camp Pendleton, because after all, that's one of the biggest army bases, in the country. But Oceanside itself, it's such a little jewel.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to live there about 4.5 years myself, just to the municipal golf course.
And I have a funny story. When I moved here, of course, 32 years ago, I was a little bit younger. And I moved from the Long Beach area. And when I first moved here, the pace was different. And I thought, oh my God, I need to get back home. And after a few years, I realized the pace was perfect. It was perfect for me to raise, my girls here. It allowed me to slow down a little bit and mature and grow. And I realized that all these things that I would write in this journal, it was time to make them happen. And so I'm going to say most of my growing up here, when I say get to a maturity level. And what I loved about how close and tight this community was, is everybody here that I was blessed to be introduced to, they were growing one way or the other, whether it was they were trying to be financially healthy, whether they were trying to be spiritually healthy, mentally healthy, physically healthy. And I love that part. It was great because I preferred my daughters see me grow that way than the way I was growing when I lived in Long Beach.
That's okay. That's okay, I'll tell you.
So I think you just gave a big shout out to Oceanside.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's where Adrianne and I actually met. I kind of like went kicking and screaming. I moved to Oceanside. I was there for 4 years. In the beginning, I wasn't crazy about it. I met Adrianne and I've loved her since. She's the same person the day I met her as she is right now. Very supportive. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is so nice.
Oceanside will kind of fool you though. It's a beautiful place. It really is. Oceanside is really, it's like a little hidden jewel. Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where I literally would say, God, get me out of here. That was 32 years ago. That was 32 years ago. I was like, I got to get out of here. And I remember when I moved out here, because I have a real avant-garde style about me. And when I moved out here, I had a flat top that was spiked and it fanned over to the side. It was burgundy and fuchsia pink. I had lines in the side of my hair. And they were a lot more conservative here. And even the salon I worked in, the owner asked me to curl my hair and not to wear the spikes. And I remember calling my mother crying and saying, oh my God, I got to get back. I got to get back. But I realized that I had to be delivered from myself, not from it. Because once I let go of self and kind of trust the process, I really grew here. And met some amazing people here, and people that I was blessed to meet. They were very forward moving, and so this was an amazing journey for me. And this is home now, and I don't want to go nowhere.
Right, I know that's right. Yes.
All right, Hope. Liz, would you like me to bring in some pictures?
Yes. We have a few photos that you sent us a little bit earlier, Adrianne. Your gifts and talents are just amazing. So, the healthy hair, she's really, into, I'm going to let you describe these hairdos, your hairstyle.
Okay. So this, believe it or not, is my oldest daughter. And her hair is relaxed, and it's her hair. It's her natural, all her hair. And this is just a natural, fun, tousled look. And she has this incredible hair that just grows really fast, and you could do anything to it. So of course I had to stick a picture of my daughter in there. So this is her. She was growing out of a mohawk, believe it or not. She was growing out of a haircut in this picture. So, yeah, so that's her.
So now I have to ask, because if you said she had a mohawk, so yes. I picture really, hair like this, shaped on the side.
It was.
And there I see a full head of, shoulder long hair.
Wow.
So how long did that take?
You know what? She probably got to this length in a year. it took a year to get here. And now it's down her back. It's much longer now. But my daughter has this different type. I've never experienced anyone with hair like hers. It doesn't break. It just grows like crazy. It just grows like crazy. I've never experienced anything like her hair. And it's not me, it's something within her. It's nothing I'm doing.
It's a very special photo.
This picture means a lot to me. This is a picture with me and Willie Morrow. And Willie Morrow is big in my industry. People know him for what they call the California curl. He created this curly process that he sold to Jerry Reddy, and Jerry Reddy called it the Jerry curl, and it became famous under Jerry Reddy's name. But in my industry, he is known because when you go to cosmetology to be licensed, they don't teach. When I went, 38 years ago, 39 years ago, they didn't teach how to take care of my hair. There was no literature, no formal literature about my hair, and it had to be chemistry and science. And Willie Morrow was the first and only person who took the time to make sure we have that literature in cosmetology school. And all that we know are raised and all that we were taught in school came from his knowledge. And so that's Willie Morrow. He is native here in San Diego. Yes.
That deserves a hand.
Yeah, shout out to Willie.
Awesome. Shout out to Willie Morrow. Absolutely.
And that is a book that I'm standing there holding of his, and it was 400 years of a comb or whatever. But
he wrote a book also?
Yes,
he wrote a book?
Yes, he wrote a book.
Oh my goodness.
He has a product line. He came out with a skincare line for men that shave. I mean, he came out with he was the one that designed, now other companies recreated it, but they call it the wet comb. And it's a comb that you use to detangle hair when your hair is wet. That was his baby. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
This is my oldest granddaughter, and I stuck her in there because that was just a fishtail braid. I had to show out.
Oh, I just stuck my family a little.
Yeah, it was on an accident. You know, I didn't mean it.
That's beautiful, though. That's beautiful.
And it's a fishtail braid that I did for her when she was younger. Mm-hmm. And this picture, she probably was about 9 to 10 years old, but she's 13 now. And now she's, at an age where she wants to wear her hair loose and natural. She doesn't want the...
Was she in your saloon at that time?
Yes. I'm really...
Sorry, you know why I was asking? Because I was looking through her hair and I see all those magazines lying there.
What's funny is now we're not allowed, when I got a chance to go back into the salon for those short 2 weeks, we're not allowed to have magazines anymore. So that's funny.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is actually a wig that I made. I wish I had all angles of it, but it consists of curly hair. It had fishtail braid in it. It had natural braid in it. I did a lot of different techniques with it, and it was a wig that I made for, and it was one of my clients who's dear to me, and it was her birthday, and that was her birthday gift for her.
That is beautiful. I didn't know that was a wig.
Yes.
Wow.
So what type of materials, or what material do you use to create a wig like that?
So this one was created with take a net. It's a type of net, and it comes in, different lengths, and you cut it, you customize it to the head shape. And then you take the hair, and it was 3 different types of hair. And once I create where I want each track to go, I place the cap on her head, because I take the net and create a cap. And I place each track onto the cap and cut it according to her face. So it's totally custom. It's totally designed to fit her head. It would fit,
absolutely beautiful.
Would fit someone else probably not well, or very different.
So is that something you also offer?
Yes, I did. That was one of my favorite things. And there's several ways to make a wig, but that's how I made that one. It was one of my favorite things to do. But now I was blessed to have this condition with my hands, and it's really painful when I use the needle. Like pinching motions are really painful. And so it's painful to complete it. Like once I start, I'm good. But by the time I get going, I'm in so much pain. I'm like, ugh.
Wow.
So yeah, so I don't really do wigs anymore. I try to do them on the side for fun, but not something I offer anymore.
You know, it's not very often that I hear someone being thankful for a painful condition.
What? After 38 years of doing this, I thank to God when I was able to take some time off work for the pandemic. So I didn't thank him for the pandemic, but I was thankful for the time off. I feel like he shut the world down so I could take a short break.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Eric, could you show the one with the yellow? Oh, okay. I want to make sure we get that one in there too.
No, they're still coming.
Oh, wow. Oh.
And this is another client, and those are, this was 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of braids that I used. And this was also 3 colors. And it's just a lot of fun when I can be that creative. It's a lot of fun. Oh my God, look at Lexi. Yes,
I had
yes.
to show that.
Okay, this was like so much fun. I work with, outside of the salon, I team up with Casey Bly and Michelle. We get together when we do hair shows and other opportunities that we get. And this was a show that was in Los Angeles by Doris Mosley, put the show together. It's called Side. And this model's name is Lexi. And I had so much fun creating this look on her. I love hair shows because I'm a creative person. And the kind of things I see in my head, no one can go to work like that. So these are like great opportunities for me to express myself.
Right. That is one of my all-time favorites. I love that.
And of course, she had on some of Lizz's fashion. And I'm a visual person. So when I create something, I think about the shape of the person. I think about the neckline of the outfit. I think about, and when I created this, I created it in my mind with no earrings, everything was just so beautiful in my mind. And when I got done, I literally cried when I got done. And I literally cried when I got done. It was amazing.
It was, I mean, beautiful. That's the only picture I could find, but we have lots of them. But that's just like an all-time favorite. It's beautiful. It shows your,
Sorry, I said it always so sad. You know, you create such a masterpiece and then, you know, it's gone in a couple of hours.
Here's something funny, Eric, my personality that works for me. Unfortunately, I'm not the type of person that take pictures. I don't take pictures. I don't like being in pictures. And I like change. So when it's gone, it doesn't hurt me because I don't know, as I'm strange like that. It gives me opportunity to create something new, so.
Well, that's not that strange. Because, you know, I mean, thinking about art, which disappears very fast. Have you ever seen those Chinese street painters which take water and just write their poems on the sidewalk and it evaporates within seconds?
Oh.
And usually a person with that mindset, once they're done with the art, this is the problem. Once we're done, we step back and say, oh, now I want to do, you want to build more. So you're ready to recreate it right away. So when and you feel like you put it in you planted a seed, it's in the universe, and you're good because now something bigger is going to grow from it.
You're done. You don't go back.
Yes. Bigger and better. Oh, isn't she
She
beautiful?
styled that. You styled that look. So that's why I thought I'd put that in there with KG Kabari.
Yes, yes, yes. It's as a matter of fact, I have quite a few pictures of her that I've blown up and just got them blown up and want to use in the salon. Yes, that whole look was amazing. And when I get around Liz and her fashions, I get overwhelmingly excited and I lose my mind. And when Liz allows me to take control, it brings me joy when she says, yes, that works. And I'm like, really?
You
So,
have
yes.
no idea that, I mean, you have given me so many ideas over the years. You know, I listen to my clients and my friends, and you're one of the ones that have amazing ideas. I mean, yes, absolutely.
I mean,
God bless me with creativity, but that's all I got. That's all I got.
that's not too bad. Like, and today it was funny, just before we actually started the show and we were speaking about Liz's outfit, you know, and I was, you know, this is really cross between the Marine girl and Africa.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what's amazing about Liz. She does this thing where, like, she'll take the past and she'll take something in the present and she'll think forward to the future, and she'll take all those worlds and allow them to collide and in harmony. And that's what the world is really. If we come together as one, it'll be a better place. That her fashion, you know, when I was a little girl, I was a tomboy. I didn't care about girly stuff. But you know, when a girl put a dress on and it makes her sway, you know, when little girls put their dress on, well, that's what your fashion do to me. When I put those clothes on, I just...
know. I love it. I love it.
Oh my God. So this is Lexi again. Isn't she gorgeous? So this was Liz's show, and this is a fishtail braid that we did on Lexi down. And Lexi fell in love with it, as a matter of fact, but that was a lot of fun. It was a fishtail braid, and it's the same braid, but more exotic looking that I did on my granddaughter that we saw in the photos earlier. Yes, yes. So this was a fun night. I remember that. Oh, this is an awesome client of mine. Her name is Sheila, and so I didn't do the front of her face because I didn't ask her, but this is her hair is amazing on here, and this is all of her hair. She's natural, and I love her because she's that client that just like, oh, whatever color you want to do, or what do you think, whatever you say. And so this is her hair. It's beautiful. She's an amazing person, inside and out. So this is her hair.
All right.
Well, I guess we're back together, you know, after the photo show.
So I have a couple more questions for Adrianne. We're good on time, right?
Remember, we're controlling the show.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
So Adrianne is very gifted in other areas also. You know, now that, you know, we're kind of, I wouldn't say locked down, you know, at home, we can't go to the salons and, you know, get our nails done and our you know, pampered, get facials and manicures, pedicures. But Adrianne has some things that she has come up with herself, some natural products that you can use inside your home. You can feel like you've been to the salon, and what she's about to tell you, I've already done today from her telling me this, and I feel so good. So you can, you know, tell them about, you know, some of the natural products that you can use in your own home. Yes.
The recipes, okay. The one that Liz fell in love with, I think it was the banana mask, right?
Yes.
Yes, it was a banana mask. And what I love about, I call them home remedies, and it's something that when we were younger and just not being able to afford to go get these things, or I don't know, my mom just had this knack for using home remedies all the time. You know, I never had any childhood diseases. I never, the way she would just treat us. But the banana mask is amazing. Whenever you have a banana that's getting too ripe for you, I say don't toss them out. If you don't have time to use them for a home remedy, dice it up and throw it in the freezer. But what you do is you take the banana and you mash it up. You mash it up until it comes to a nice paste. And once it comes to a nice paste, you could take this banana without adding anything. And we'll talk about adding things in a second, but without adding anything, you could take this banana, you could put it on a clean face. You could put it on clean hands, feet, any part of your body, and just sit for 15 minutes. And then wash that banana, rinse it off of your face, your skin, wherever that banana was, would never have felt so soft and smooth. Really nice. And it's the properties that's in the banana. Has potassium, it has all the different properties that as we get a little older, we start to lack. Now, if you have like a outbreak or allergic reaction, you can add, just think of things in different products and what they do. You can add turmeric. You could take turmeric and add to the banana. But you only want to do that if you have an outbreak or you have it, because the turmeric is it's an anti-inflammatory. It helps you, it helps you with that outbreak. Or I remember one day I had a martini, and it must have been a not great vodka in it. Just had a martini, and I woke up puffy, and I took my coffee, just with nothing in it, put ice in the coffee, because coffee is caffeine. And so the puffiness in my face, I took that cold coffee and I just put it in my face, and it took all the puffiness out of my face, you know. And so just understanding the properties of things that are in your kitchen, you could take great care of your body and your skin.
I think you should really speak to Stylist about that. Because all the coffee they have left over, if they, you know, just think about it. You take all that leftover coffee and you sell it.
It's so funny.
I love it.
It's so funny. The young lady that does when I was able to get my nails done, I would ask her if she would implement some of these remedies, because it will set her apart from other manicurists. And because even if she put coffee on someone's feet, it'll help with the swelling or puffiness. You know, also I have a foot wash and I have a foot rejuvenator that I do. And the foot wash is just 1 cup of old-fashioned, you know.
Did you write those down somewhere where our viewers could have access to? Because I do have to say, you know, all that, you know, I'm just imagining here you are in the morning, you know, you have your leftover coffee from yesterday, you take your towel, you drench it in, you go like this. But of course you had put the towel into the fridge before, so it's nice and cold. And I mean, my wife is Chinese, and believe me, I totally could see her do that. Because whatever is natural.
And Eric, you just gave me an idea when you said the towel. I'm thinking drench the towel in the coffee and then put it in a plastic bag and put it in the refrigerator. And then just bring that towel out and lay it on your face. I'm going to try. Oh, thank you, Eric. See what happened? You take every opportunity to learn, every opportunity to grow and learn.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. The caffeine in coffee helps with swelling, but you got to remember the caffeine is not going to help if you have inflammation. That's when you turn to the turmeric.
No, well, that's what ibuprofen is for.
Yeah. So the great things about these remedies, Eric, is that you don't have to take them orally.
No, right. No, I know.
That was great. And then there's another one. I believe you like the foot wash, right?
Yes.
And the foot wash is awesome. And there's different ways to tweak it to make it a foot rejuvenation. But the basic foot wash is 1 cup of Listerine, and it's the original Listerine. Don't go to the whiteners or anything like that. Just the original Listerine. Then you take a cup of white vinegar, and then you take a half a cup. The Epsom salt is what I grew up using, but now I substitute the Epsom salt with baking soda. I substitute it with the baking soda, and I put it in my foot bath. And I'm good. Trust me, when you stick your feet in here, it's gonna feel like, have you ever seen that pedicure that people get in like Singapore and different places with the tiny fish that's supposed
Yeah,
to, it's good. You're gonna feel that sensation when you put your feet in this wash.
yeah,
And it when I tell you, once you do your pedicure, there is no place you can go to get a pedicure that's going to make your feet feel like this. Is taking the dry skin off, and it really truly change your feet forever. It is not something that, and you have to continuously do this when you do your pedicure, but it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
It is. I have to say that. Yes,
it's a game changer.
Absolutely.
And if you don't believe me, take the back of your heel right now and rub it down your leg, and go get you some Band-Aids first. But then do this pedicure and then rub it down. But then you follow up, you know, when you dry your feet and clean your feet off, you follow up with, I love natural oils. And these oils are things you can eat. I love grapeseed oils. I love avocado oils. And I use rose hip. Those are the things I moisturize my body with. These are the things that I rub on before I put a lotion on. And
so with grapeseed oil, you just take the regular grapeseed oil and use it like lotion?
So this is how I use it on my body. I shower.
Okay.
Rinse off. Once I'm ready to towel dry, before I towel dry, I take the grapeseed oil while I'm wet and rub it all into my skin. Then I dry off. Then I put my lotion on.
Oh,
so let me tell you this, grapeseed oil is just a normal moisturizer, but if you want this, when I say this, it scares people when I say plump, but if you want plump skin, avocado has peptides in it. So avocado, like you could put it around oil, you could put it around your lips and the corners of your eyes, and those peptides will plump you up. And and it gives you this really smooth, so that's what the avocado oil will do. So you have to decide which one is you're gonna want.
Adrianne, yeah, I am. You know, it was so funny because, you know,
that's awesome.
It's like your name, your spelling, I was fighting it. You know, it was like Adrianne, but hey, I'm you know, me being, you know, frigging foreigner, how my friends call me.
I have some funny way. When you say my name, pretend like you're from Texas and then say it.
I could not do that. Believe me, I definitely, honestly could not do that. Maybe somewhere in Europe, maybe, but even trying to imitate a Texan accent, no, nobody would enjoy that.
Well, Adrianne has a shorter version of her name if she wants to share that.
Okay, my nickname is Al, A-L, Al. And my friends, and Al is something I kind of grew up with, but Big Al is what my friends call me, Big Al. And it's because I'm a great big 5-foot woman.
It's okay, but you know, there is how shall I say, Liz, you know, the nice thing, you know, on this platform we can talk to each other, and Adrianne, just pretend you're not listening for a second. I really would like to have her back, you know, on a regular basis for her beauty tips.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you agree, then we would even write them down. And
is that okay with you, Adrianne?
On the show, post them on the show. Because I mean, I'm not a chemical expert, and some of these recipes, it's okay. If it tingles and your skin doesn't peel off, it's okay.
It works. I did the banana before I came on the show. Every Thursday I do it. So it's my Thursday moisturizer.
It's they're very unconventional, but this is what you got to think, Eric, and which is really cool to me. And I always say things that you're allergic to, I wouldn't put on my skin. if you're allergic to eat it, if you can't consume it. But if you can consume it and digest it, it has to be great. It doesn't have the paraffins, the shelf life. It doesn't have all those. And we're told that we have dominion over this world, and everything we need is here. And so and whenever you pick up a product, I don't even care if it's a vitamin, it derives from a plant-based product, a plant-based, a fruit. So my thought is just go directly to that plant, that fruit, that vegetable. And
that meat, because if you would see my filet facial, you would be totally, wow. But no, sorry. You know, let's just nix that, sorry.
That's awesome.
But I really do think that you touched on many things that I could totally see our viewers appreciating.
Awesome. It's something I love. It's nothing like cutting in a aloe vera leaf, and it's when you look at it, when you cut it, it's the most beautiful thing. And so when you put it on your skin, oh my God, that's what saved me as a young girl, is aloe vera plants, because I made the mistake of rubbing alcohol for an astringent, not knowing that was very damaging and drying. But my moisturizer, I would cut a piece of aloe vera, get my finger sticky with the inside of the gel, and put it on my skin. And if it wasn't for the aloe vera plant, using that rubbing alcohol would have truly aged me. So I'm definitely a believer.
Well, you're definitely your greatest advertisement.
When you put the aloe vera on the plant, on your face, do you just leave it on, or do you wash it off?
Leave it on. You leave it on.
So that's a good moisturizer?
Yeah, it's great for, like, put it in your hairline, you can put it in your scalp. Listen to this. You're not going to believe me, but it's the truth. Aloe vera, the properties in aloe vera is the closest you can get to human DNA.
Say that again?
It's the closest you can get to human DNA when it comes to plants.
Wow.
So it's something that I wish I could afford to actually use in a salon. I did try it for a short time, like creating my own little hair smoothies. But when you create the products, it lasts for days, not for weeks and months, and it's very expensive. And my husband already get on my case. He said I spend more on doing the service than I make off the service, so I had to reel myself back. I had to reel myself back. Yeah. So, but yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Adrianne, I do have to say, you know, I'm you know,
I love it when I leave a man speechless, Eric. I love it when I leave a man speechless.
I think you have.
You definitely have, and I'm just there, and it's like my wife. She's going to watch this. I'm in so much trouble. You have no idea. I will have to go back, watch it myself again, take everything apart, imagine some recipes and so on. That's why I would so appreciate you in the future making my life easier, Lizz's life easier, and from time to time we get one of your recipes in.
Yes, that'd be great. I'd love that. I have hundreds of them, and they're actually written down. I had an opportunity to work on a project in the past, and the producer of that project, we had a segment which we called Home Remedies. So all my recipes, and from skincare, hair care, to I even have a wash that I want Liz to name it, because it's a wash that you would wash your fine washables in. And I wanted to be something Liz could put in a little pouch and give to her.
Oh, we're gonna talk.
Suddenly you drew some attention, which I hope that our show is also going to do for you. You know, our show is a platform, you know, where we push you out there. We give people the opportunity to see who you are. So, hey, let's cross the fingers.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you
Hey,
so
you know,
much.
it's never too late. Believe
No,
me.
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
As long as we are not dead, we are moving, we move on. That's all I
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's just
Mhm.
this time is giving me time to reinvent myself, you know, to grow
Right.
and just to
You
try to
have
be a
to do
better
that
me.
anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
try to be a better
Exactly.
me.
Exactly. And I do have another question. You know, there's
Of
so many
course.
facets. There's so many facets to my friend Adrianne. Um, I know you are part of a sold out play, Hair-itage. I mean, I barely got a ticket, I think, because I knew you. So
Yes.
could you tell us a little bit about it? I mean, it
Yes,
was
it was
phenomenal.
amazing. Okay, first of all, the organization North County African American Women's Association was a part of that, bringing that production to
Mhm.
North County, San Diego. And in Hair-itage, they needed an opening act for the play. And me and the crew that I named, Casey and Michelle, we got together, and together we wrote, we produced, and we styled the opening act for this, and it was called our opening act was named The Misconception of Hair. And that was such a great time because it took us all outside of our norm, and it gave us the opportunity to be even more creative than what we are. I'm not saying we're the most creative people in the world, but that creativity is our gift. And the three of us, is something about our chemistry. We just worked together well, and we balanced each other. And it was we probably, I don't know if even Liz know this, we probably rehearsed, I'm gonna be very honest, 3 days, 4 days of rehearsal to pull that off. And it was a great time. It
It
was a
was.
great time. And
It
got a
was
chance again to be
fabulous.
creative with hair, got a chance to be creative with fashion. So it was a great time. It was a great
Yeah,
time. So yes,
that was
yes,
awesome.
yes. And in that time of doing that, that led me to thinking, oh, I want to write. So I you know how you get, I'm one of those people that I get out of a helicopter and I go, oh, I'm gonna fly a helicopter. The first time I flew on a plane, I actually wanted to build a plane. But so during this time, I take a little time and I'm writing. And it's interesting because the writing was supposed to be one thing, and it's turning out to be a little bit about my life, just growing up, just, you know,
Right.
we all have our stories, and no matter how tall or short, how rich or poor, or no matter male or female, you have your story. And as I started writing, I'm like, wow, just when we just survived growing up, it's just an
Mm-hmm.
amazing thing.
Exactly. So,
Loving it. Any last words of wisdom before we wrap this up?
Words of wisdom. I love to say be good to your hair and your hair be good to you, but I'm going to say, I dare anybody that's watching, every day you leave your house, to do 3 kind things that you wouldn't normally do for someone else. I dare you.
I like that.
I love that. I
So
love
on
it.
this,
All
let's
right.
wrap it up.
Yes. Thank you